Chef Ivan Flower is back, cooking with my Pickle. So, what are we doing today? And Pickle's over there, my wife, beautiful wife Tracy, in audience behind the camera.
Hello.
Hello, she actually is all the questions that you might have. Today we're doing ribs. So you say, oh, okay, ribs, barbecue, grilled. What are we going to do? Smoked. We're going to do ribs in the oven, and we're going to finish them under a broiler. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the kind of rib we're doing and how easy this truly is. But first, the pickle.
She's very excited because she knows there's bones coming.
She gets the bones after this, so this is her favorite. Pickle, there it is. There's the rib. Very excited. The heart is pounding.
I know. Bones, Daddy, bones.
So a little hand wash after you touch a pickle. And we're going to do ribs. What kind of ribs are we doing?
We're doing, they're pork ribs, right?
We're doing the pork back ribs. A lot of people, what's the difference between all the different kind of ribs? A side rib is known as a St. Louis or a spare rib, and those are the longer ribs on the side. A back rib comes along the back of the animal. So if you're eating a pork chop, the bone on that pork chop is what a back rib is. They're a little smaller, a little wider, and they're a little meatier. You can see that here. We have a small slab. Okay. What I'm going to do.
Now, where did you get that fancy salt and pepper holder?
I was walking on the beach. This is a giant pismo clam they use for salt and pepper.
You found that and brought it home.
Found it. It looked like a heart, and I showed you.
Yes.
A little salt, a little pepper on top. Okay?
So you're not doing a full dry rub per se
No,
on this?
I'm not. Just a light seasoning. Coriander. A little bit.
How much would you say?
A 1/16 of a teaspoon. A little dash. Touch of cayenne.
Ooh,
okay?
be careful there.
That could have been dangerous.
Yes.
A little cayenne. Not a lot.
Zink's excited about the
A little
ribs too.
granulated garlic. Okay?
I think that's new. Have we opened that? We haven't opened that.
We have to open it. Remember, we're live. That Zink in the background, going wild. Smells the ribs.
Yes.
So a little granulated garlic. Not powder, although you could. Touch on top.
Now, granulate instead of powder because it's bigger, right?
Yeah, it's sandier. It's granular. You know? So again, what you do on one side, you do on the other. Okay? Touch of coriander. A little bit of the cayenne. Just a touch. Granulated garlic, salt and pepper.
Could you use this method for other types of ribs? Like beef ribs, per se?
Absolutely. I'm going to turn it over. It's very, very simple. All I'm going to do is wrap it well.
No liquid?
No, it's going to cook in its natural fat. Okay?
Could you make that into an origami swan before you put it in?
Sure.
Just to be fancy?
Of course. That simple. What you're going to do here, this is a steam roast. There's a lot of interconnective tissue muscle in this, and it has a good amount of fat. That fat is going to leach out a little bit, and what you're going to do is 350 degrees for 2 hours, and it's going to steam and cook right in. It's like in paupiette in a little pouch. It's that simple.
So you want me to try to chit chat for 2 hours, or did you want ahead?
We have done one ahead.
Thank goodness.
And when it comes out,
Hold it up. Yeah.
it looks just like this. Good
Okay.
shot?
Yeah.
Just like that. So,
Now, do you let it sit when it comes out of the oven for a little bit before you sauce it?
you
and put
do.
it back?
That's a good question, because if you took it directly out of the oven, it's very, very soft. You can pull the bones out. So let it sit, reserve it. Let it sit for about a half an hour, okay? Now we're going to do sauce. Very, very simple.
Now I have a question here. You're not cooking, this is like a barbecue sauce, correct?
Yes.
But you're not cooking it.
No.
You can do that?
Absolutely. This is a sauce glaze that we're going to finish under the broiler. So, what do we start with? Hoisin. And you know, what is hoisin? There's a lot, okay? They call it an Asian cooking and dipping sauce, but basically what's in hoisin
Can you read that or do I need to read it?
No, I've got a little bit of sugar, distilled vinegar, sesame oil, caramel. It's got garlic. It's got soy. So it's very, very unique if you work with hoisin. And we're going to start the base with hoisin.
How much?
This is about a teaspoon.
Okay.
Remember, I'm not making a ton of sauce here because I don't have a ton of ribs. So.
But this is for the half the rack, so if you're doing a full rack, you would double everything you're saying.
This would work for a full rack.
Oh, okay.
We'll have some left over. I'm going in with ketchup.
Just regular ketchup.
Yeah, and
How
ketchup is about a tablespoon and a half.
Okay.
And ketchup, again, is a great base for a lot of sauces, especially barbecue sauces.
Why?
That tomatoey sweetness. I'm going in with gochujang.
How much?
About a tablespoon and a half.
I think you use it just because you like to say it.
Gochujang. Very popular these days. When you have two black sauces like this, you're not sure. Soy and Worcestershire, you can smell it. That's soy sauce.
How much?
Half a tablespoon. Worcestershire, half a teaspoon. Goes right in. Then we go in with apple cider vinegar. This is about a third of a cup.
So you're not adding any extra sugar?
I'm not.
Why?
There's sugar in the ketchup. There's sugar in the gochujang. There's sugar in what else is there sugar in? Ketchup, gochujang.
The hoisin.
Hoisin. You don't need a ton of sugar. Barbecue glazes or sauces don't have to be so hot. Okay?
Sweet.
And sweet, I'm sorry. And as you can see, I don't know if you
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Now, if I cook this, exactly, if I cook this down, it'll caramelize more and reduce and get sweeter. Less vinegar, more sweet. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to glaze the ribs, go into the broiler and glaze them when they come out. I don't want it so thick and sweet and syrupy that that's all you're tasting. I want that natural pork to come out. So, turn it over. We're going to go on. And as you can see,
Yeah.
I've got
Hold it up.
nice viscosity.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay.
Okay? So, a little delicate.
If you wanted to, could you do kind of like we did? Steam, roast the ribs ahead, put them in the fridge, and the next day glaze them and put them back under?
Absolutely. That's a good question. What you see right here, you can do these all ahead, just what you said. Put them in the fridge, take them out.
And you're having
let
a
them
party,
sit
and then all you have to do is glaze.
for an hour, yes. And then finish them in the broiler or in the oven, or even if you want to finish them on a grill, okay?
But it's nice that you don't have to have a grill. Most people think you have to grill ribs, but you can do them in the oven.
You don't. You don't. This
It actually
isn't
has a nice, it's not as thin as I thought it was.
right. It's got a good viscosity.
Say viscosity again.
Viscosity, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's what you're looking for.
Nice. Ooh.
We're going to go into the broiler.
Okay. How long?
What we're going to see.
Is it on set on high, the broiler?
Broiler, high, rack, I'd say about 10 inches from the broiler, okay?
What is, didn't you always talk about your mom eating the spare ribs from the Asian places growing up in New York, right?
Yes, we used to go as a kid, I used to go out for Chinese food, and they would do the spare ribs, and they were always kind of orangey, and this orange reddish marinade to them, and they were fantastic, and that was basically a St. Louis rib. And then we would put what we call duck sauce, which was kind of like an apricot jam-based sauce, and that's great memory for me. Great.
You've looked for duck sauce a lot since you've been on the West Coast. We can't find it.
And it has nothing to do with duck, but they call it duck sauce. So as waiting for this, we see the simplicity of this. And this again will work with a lot of sauce left over, so that would work for a full rack of ribs.
How about, I have a question. Could you use that sauce, say, on chicken or something? Would it work well?
Sure. Sure. It would work very well for chicken. Absolutely. I wouldn't do it for fish, but I would do chicken.
How about a pork loin?
Oh, for sure. So we want to check. Remember, broiler's hot.
Thank you.
And it's going pretty good. You know what? I may just raise it
Another notch?
Yeah.
Be careful, don't burn yourself. Ooh.
To get it to caramelize a little bit.
A little bit faster?
Yes. What would you drink with this?
Oh, with the
With
well,
ribs.
with the
Ribs
barbecue
are big
sauce?
now, yeah.
You know, I'm pretty boring. You know that. I would drink a big red Zinfandel. Or, you know what might be good, because it has some vinegar, and the slight sweetness. I wouldn't be mad at some champagne with them either. I think that would work okay.
People like them hot, people like them warm, people like them cold. People are crazy for ribs, especially now in this country. It's huge. Barbecue, grilling, all of this.
Well, this is simple. I mean, it
is simple.
I mean, I would always be afraid of cooking ribs. I've never even cooked them because I thought they were just way too complicated.
They're
And
not.
it was like, you know, getting involved in War and Peace to cook ribs.
Yeah, sure. So now you know. You got to remember, you're looking at a slab of ribs, and it's got that fat in it, and it's sitting in that aluminum foil, and it's just that fat is coming, and it's coming out, and it's hot, and it's going through the rib, and it's creating a steam, and then you're roasting it. You're taking it out, you're finishing it, you're going over direct heat to caramelize all that sauce. So it works. It's very, very simple.
Would you almost call it confine the ribs?
No.
No? Okay, well, I thought I was being smart. But apparently, no, I can hear them crackling.
Yeah, we're about 45 seconds away.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do the one side. You can do the other side, but we're filming this and I don't, you know. So do both sides.
You don't want to make them wait any longer?
No.
The anticipation?
No. Yes.
Pickle's dying.
Pickle is dying. It's a little hot with the oven today. Okay,
Remember, those are like cloth.
here they come.
Those paper towels, dear.
Yes.
So, you're crazy with the towel.
So as you can see,
Ah,
getting nice
yeah.
caramelization.
Are you
Okay.
going to swipe them again?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to take them off.
Be careful. They're hot.
Now remember, you have the cayenne, the salt, the pepper, the garlic already
And the coriander.
when it came in the coriander steaming through.
Okay.
We're going to take our sauce.
And so you steam them for how long? Just refresh my memory. In the
2
foil
hours.
packet. 2 hours.
2 hours, 350.
And then you pour them out. You quickly made the glaze.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put them back in. And probably you would go the other side too. So
Right.
under a boiler or a super hot grill, another, what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes at the most.
Okay.
My bones are facing this way, so I know where to cut.
Okay.
And I'm going to put on some more glaze.
That looks good. So it's steaming.
Both sides.
What would you drink with this?
Oh, I would do an ice cold beer, I think. Now, there's a couple of ways to cut ribs. You see, if you go through the back,
Right.
you can see the bones. On the front, you're just seeing the tips. Okay, so I'm going to go through the back.
A sharp knife.
Sharp knife.
Be careful of your fingers.
I'm just going to cut straight
Wow,
through.
so they're very tender. I can see
Oh, yeah.
as you slice them.
Like butter.
Like butter. Now, would you just serve the ribs a la carte, or what would you serve as a side with these per se? Maybe.
You can do beans, mashed potatoes, grilled vegetables. You can do all kinds of breads. You can do grilled fruits and lemons. You can have ice cold chilled watermelon. Anything that you want. Okay? Plating.
So the ribs a star.
Yeah, it's the start. It's up to you. So, very, very tender. Falling off the bone.
Wow, look at that.
Big, meaty, juicy. Let me show you.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Now, see, the difference is because you didn't smoke them, there is no smoke ring.
Right.
But they're still just as delicious.
Sure, and you can use some smoked salt if you want to get a little smoky flavor on this.
Oh, okay.
Finish them on a grill if you want to do it that way. With some wood chips. You can get some smoky flavor that way.
Now, would you serve it with a little of that sauce on the side?
Sure.
Okay.
I would, and that's why we make a little extra. Okay?
For dipping and things?
Sure.
Okay.
I like to put oranges because you can squeeze a little orange It gives a nice flavor. Remember, these are very rich, a little fatty and rich. Not overly sweet, which is exactly what we wanted. We didn't want it that sweet. So a little orange. I like to go in with a touch of cilantro. Cilantro. I'm coming around.
Come around.
I'm coming around.
Bring your pig back round. Wait, no, you gotta go on.
You're right.
There.
I'm getting a good shot?
Up higher.
Up higher?
No, they're right there, right there.
You see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Mmm.
The dancing ribs. Do you remember John Candy on SCTV? Where he did where they did the 3D thing, where they used to do that with the candles. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
well, it
don't
was hilarious.
remember
That's what it
that.
reminded me of. Take a bite.
So, what did we do? We took some ribs. We put the seasoning on it. Okay? The coriander, the garlic, the salt, the pepper, the cayenne. 2 hours, wrapped in aluminum foil, 350. They come out, you let them sit. We made the sauce. We showed you how easy that is. Under the broiler, glaze it, take it back out, finish it with the sauce.
You got to get a piece for her.
Let's get a piece for Pickle. You know what?
You have that little piece over
I
there.
have a piece over here that I saved for her.
That's not all glazed out? Good.
Right.
Yeah, okay. She's excited. Tell her she'll get the bone later. You also have to take a bite, by the way.
Yes. Okay, sweetie.
Oh,
She's very nervous.
oh, but she won't be after the pork.
Oh.
Oh, it's all worth it, Daddy.
So there you go. An easy thing to do. Makes a really nice plate. Don't be afraid of ribs. In your grocery store, everything that we have is right in your cupboard or easy to get at your grocery store. So, roasted steamed baby back ribs with a very interesting sauce. Chef Ivan Flowers cooking with your pickle. I'll see you soon.